looks like the field are heading away on the warm-up lap with a couple of burnouts going on, try and warm up those tyres, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like they get too many opportunities to do that. Not really allowed to weave so much, especially not on the ovals. So they'll try and get any tyre temperature they can down the very few straights that they have on this Texas Motor Speedway. So pace car leading the field around. Sam Harper getting a little bit eager, Sam, as he gets into the back of the pace car. But no harm, no foul on that one. So we can see Philpott leading the field in the number 90 car. And we saw in our street stock race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway a couple of weeks ago that the poleman was able to hold the lead for quite a significant amount of the race, despite punching the big hole in the air that everyone drives through for the slipstream. Pace car's in, and Philpott launches it and has a massive advantage. John Lang gets away well. Maybe Sam Harper was caught napping a little bit because John Lang straight up into second place. Bit of a gap to Steve Ficacci in fourth place. Then Ian Erasmus and Matt Trumpets holds his sixth place. So Lang a big winner there at the start, and Philpott already with a nice advantage.
Yeah, as you say though, Chris, that advantage will quickly erode as the slipstream takes effect, and it's already starting to close it back. Harper and Lang are getting closer and closer.
Yeah, Richard Molden had a nice bit of side-by-side action just in the back of shot as they went down the back straight, but here comes Lang, pulls out to the outside and is going to go high as they come round the banking, and Sam Harper going to try and get involved in that as well. Here's Ficacci trying to show his nose as well. Lang has just got some of his front bodywork alongside Philpott, and he's drawing alongside, getting the side draft now, absolutely wheel to wheel as they come back round. Lang actually just pulling ahead slightly as they went through, but Philpott with the tighter line. Now he's pulling ahead again. So there's a nice pack of 5 cars here going for it. It's Philpott, Lang, Ficacci now in third as Harper is up high, and the Ficacci now going for second place. Ian Erasmus trying to get into fourth as well. Absolutely knows it down. Harper gets it out on Ficacci, and he's up onto the barriers nearly. He did so well to keep it out of there. But there's Trumpets trying to take advantage of it as well. Meanwhile, Ficacci looking towards the inside, and it looked like a bit of a wobble there for him. And Philpott definitely had a twitch as they went through. But it's still Lang up high, trying to challenge for the lead. This is Ficacci's opportunity. He's up the inside, but he's going to run out of room before he hits the back of Philpott's car. And with that tighter line down low, I think he will take second place, but Lang has just got it by half a car length. Erasmus yet to really throw his name into the ring on this one, but surely he's just biding his time for this one. So Ficacci still down low. Oh, number 13, James Wingfield in the barriers down the back straight. A bit of contact there. Ficacci still low and still trying to find his way to cement that second place, but Lang is not giving up on it. Here comes Erasmus, and number 52, Sam Harper, still back in this action. Matt Trumpets leading a pack of 3 cars that is not far away either. It'll take one little moment for these guys to fall back into their clutches, and suddenly it'll be 8 for the lead. So Lang fully up alongside Philpott now. And once again, Philpott, though, with a tighter line, is just able to hold it in. It's just a rotary pack going round and round like Scalextrics, these guys. None of them breaking formation. And a bit of weaving as they go down the straight, but luckily no contact is in there. You can just see Trumpets holding off Tim Ellis and Adam Rosales for 6th place. Yeah, and they're really closing in on this now.
Yeah, that group is starting to really make advantage of that hole in the air that's punched by the front guys. They're really getting a lot closer. This is going to turn into an 8-way fight for the lead, very short.
Yeah, that wouldn't count out Lucas Wallace as well, so it could be 9 pretty soon, because he looks like he's just in the back of shot. and he's closing in, and it will take one little moment for one of these guys to bring it back in there. Erasmus, oh no, Harper's up on the barriers. Did he make a bit of contact there with the rear of Erasmus's car, because he's now up into third place as he's gone around the outside of Ficacci, although he's up high, and Ficacci's going to try and bring this one back in. And Erasmus looking towards the outside now of John Lang, but he can't find a way through there. So Trumpet's really well in this now, up into 5th place. And it's now 7 for the lead as Harper has fallen back on this one. And Erasmus bump drafting the number 48 car as they come through. But Ficacci still trying to find his way, trying to find a bit of momentum. And again, once again, like we saw at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the pole man, Bradley Philpott, really able to hold his own despite everyone else having the slipstream.
Yeah, if you hold it down low, it is quite hard to get past, because the high line, you can hold a bit more speed, but you do have a lot further to go. So as long as Philpott keeps it tidy, it should be okay.
Well, Lang is creating, you know, a hole of his own. And if Ficacci, oh no, Ian Erasmus has dropped it, and he's hit Matt Trumpets as well. Carnage down to the final corner. And that's the yellow flag. We might have a safety car out for that one. Yep, they're slowing right down. We do have a safety car situation, I think, because Philpott has slowed right down.
It is just joining the circuit now. The Ford Mustang pace car has just picked up Bradley Philpott.
So we might have a few laps of this, and that will put us all back in formation. Yep, he's just caught the pace car now as Bradley Philpott. So we'll give you a rundown of the order once it's all settled down. But a good bit of driving. The point I was making about Lang was that, you know, he's punching his own hole in the air, and so can't really draw much further alongside Philpott. And Ficacci drives into that gap, but can't go any further because he's boxed in. And so then it's just a domino effect down the rest of the field. So we could be seeing something quite similar once this race gets restarted.
Yeah, absolutely. And once you get boxed in, the tension starts to rise. The cars are going so close to each other. And we got Lang getting very close as well.
And John Lang immediately trying to reclaim that second place from Steve Ficacci, and he'll have the inside line this time as they come towards the banking. But first of all, across the line and in he goes, and that looks like second place will be his. Number 14, Tim Ellis, and number 16, Jelly Humes have both pounced on Matt Trumpets for 4th and 5th. And John Lang does indeed take back that second place, although Ficacci's not finished yet with him though. Oh, what a big slide for John Lang as they went back into the banking. And almost looked like he was going into the side of Ficacci, who's now got Tim Ellis for close company in that number 14 car. He's now challenging for 3rd place. I think he's got that 3rd place. He certainly will do well by the time they get back onto the banking. And there's Jelly Humes getting involved in there as well. Lucas Wallace and Alexander Dobertsberger making this pretty much 8 cars for the lead. So Ficacci trying to get up around the outside now as Tim Ellis is up low. And we'll see him. It's 2 by 2 for the top 4. Almost thought that Ficacci was going to try and make it 3 wide as they went down the back straight, but not on that occasion. So here we go. This is lap 15, and we are halfway through this final lap of the evening, and Lang's gone up well high and opened up the door for Ficacci, and they both close the door on him. And Lang just about hangs on to it. Brilliant save, and he just about manages to hang on to 3rd place. I think he does.
How did he keep a hold of that and keep it out of the barriers? That has given Phil a bit of breathing space on this last few laps.
Holmes up on the inside now, and this surely is going to be his 4th place now. Or his 3rd place, I should say, because Ficacci's fallen down the order as well with that. And actually now got Lucas Wallace for close company. He's down the inside. So almost, top 2 almost making a bit of a breakaway there. Tim Ellis challenging Philpott, who has led this thing from start to halfway where we are now. And Ellis trying to mount a challenge for the lead up on the outside. Back round the banking they go. And again, he's got that high line.
Oh, he got
And
a bit
opening
of
up
a
the door, he's
swap
out well wide. Is he going to be able to just hang it out the barriers? He's switching them all over the base. Oh, he's hit Wallace. And Wallace, both of them are off. And he's rejoined just about, and he's managed to hang on to it.
Yeah, there's the dirt tracking again. I was just worried there that he was going to tap the back of Philpott. I think the reason why he decided to cut back around is to try and avoid Philpott, because nobody wanted to take him out there. I think he was so close to just getting a swapper on and just taking the whole field out.
So a bit of a gap has formed out between that top two. So it's now Jelly Ooms who is challenging Philpott's lead.
How's it going, guys?
Tim Ellis down in third place. Hey, Spanners, how are you doing this?
Well, NASCAR's hard. I got disqualified, and I got 2 penalties in a row on the first lap. So I kind of joined in with some other people. Then I blew my engine up on the pace car, and then I realised that NASCAR's not really my sport. So I had a wee, got a beer, and now I'm joining you guys.
Brilliant.
Looks fun though.
Yeah, that sounds like a beer.
No, I muted myself. You didn't hear that.
My mistake. My mistakes, man.
I decided to double down. I'm never wrong now.
So, Trumpets making up a challenge on John Lang. Oh, they're both in the barriers, though. Not sure how that came about, but Trumpets looked like he was going to be able to make a challenge for that top 5 position, but they're both in the barriers.
And I think they took Focaccia with them as well. That's such a shame.
Yeah, I can't see Focaccia anymore. It looks like he's out of this one. Yeah, there's a big gap now between this top 5, 4. Yeah, because the front of the pack is a back marker, so it is 4 for the lead now, and then about 2.5 seconds to the chasing pack.
Yeah, he's Stephen Taylor, that is, who's 2 laps down. He's just blended out wide and has let the leading pack through.
So it's Philpott, Ooms, Ellis, and Dobertsberger going for this one. And Ooms still not able to find a way to draw alongside Bradley Philpott. Well, he might have to soon because he's got Ellis bearing down on him.
Here come the next contestants to Philpott's lead, and it's Ooms who's alongside.
He's repelled every challenge so far as Bradley Philpott from so many different drivers. Can Ooms be the one to dispatch that number 90 car? Lap 20 complete, so we're 2/3 of the way through, and Ellis is looking through the open door. Now that tighter line as they get back onto the banking, and Ooms once again choosing a much higher line than some of the other guys we've been seeing, and that's allowing Dobertsberger to get through as well. Or very nearly, certainly closing up in that lovely double slipstream that Philpott and Ooms are providing him. Like a twitch from Ooms there. Ellis is properly alongside him now. And we're getting a little bit closer as they're fighting over some space on the straight. We could see some argy-bargy yet between these guys.
Spanners, I don't know if you're still there, but how hard are these cars to drive? Are they quite slippery?
Right. It's weird. They're really easy to drive until they're suddenly not easy to drive. If that makes any sense. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea of the skill set of how to drive these cars well. It's easy to disrespect NASCAR and ovals. Then you hop in and you go, oh, this is a real thing I need to learn.
Yeah, it's really hard. I think the key, as far as I'm aware, is just being so incredibly smooth. Any steering input you make bleeds off speed.
Oh, well, that's me boned then.
But still, Ooms trying to challenge Philpott for the lead of this race. Still just about keeping some of his car alongside that number 90, but has got to leave space for Tim Ellis. So probably another 6 or 7 laps before we see how this unfolds. Lap 24 just started out of 30. Still 4th for the lead. Dobertsberger yet to show his hand in this battle properly.
Annoying that Brad's winning.
Yeah,
someone's got to take
good at
him
everything.
out.
This is actually fun to watch. I assumed it would be boring, but I'm gripped.
Oh, that looks like a bit more momentum for Ooms on this occasion.
They're also coming up on a back marker, Chris. Is that Trumpets ahead?
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I think it is in the orange car there. They're going to come up on Trumpets, who was in contention until that massive crash that he had, but somehow that car is made of pure wrought iron and is keeping on going.
Yeah, no, I'm able to see him now. It is indeed the number 55 with Matt Trumpets. And Ooms looked like he just had a bit of a run there on Philpott towards the outside, but hasn't been able to do anything with it. Hopefully, Trumpets won't unsettle these guys too much, although he's going to give Philpott a nice bit of slipstream now, which he hasn't had all race. Is that an open door for Ellis now, actually, because he's now able to just drive through a bit of an open gap fully alongside Jelly Ooms as they come over the line once again.
This
5 to go.
Philpott a little bit because he's got to go to the high line.
Yeah, this might unsettle him. He's now trying to get down low and making a switch back on the oval section is a difficult move to make. Trumpet's going to hang it out wide now and let these guys through. Ooms just had a bit of a swapper on as he turned in. Dobertsberger's still trying to find a way to break into these guys, break their rhythm. Oh, owns a bit more of a momentum on that one as they came to start lap 27. Still he can't find a way through because Ellis just drives through the open door as they go through the corners. And now back on the straight, it's Ooms with the advantage. And then back onto the banking. Now Ellis is going to come back at him. It'll take another 3 laps to see how this unfolds, although this is just again a bit of squabbling for space over on the straight. 3 to go, and Ooms making his biggest challenge yet, but still can't find a way through. Philpott has been a dead centre for the lead this entire race.
I think to unseat Philpott, someone's going to make a lunge for that inside line, and that could end in tears. But I think Ellis may be the one to do it if he's got anything about him. He might have a go.
We haven't seen what Dobertsberger can do yet. He might sneak onto the podium in the final stages of this one. 2 to go. And they still haven't broken formation. Less than 0.2 of a second separating those guys over the line. And Dobertsberger, we have to say, has done an incredible job. 24th to 4th, and Ooms as well, 19th to 2nd at the moment. Or is that about to be 3rd? Because this is Ellis's best charge yet. But he's still tucked up behind Philpott, though. And Dobertsberger now fully alongside Ellis as they're squabbling for 3rd.
It would be so much justice for Dobertsberger, who got taken out in the Formula Renaults, to get a podium today, but he's got to get past Ellis or Ooms to get into that slot.
So, 1 to go then. Who is going to take the honours? Who's going to make the top 3? Maybe one of these guys is going to end up, could end up in the barriers if things start to get ugly, but one of these guys will be disappointed. And it's Dobertsberger, who's now 3rd as he's taken that higher line. But Ellis again with the shorter line around the banking, he's able to draw back in. Philpott's still running defensive. Ooms had a little bit of a swapper on. It's going to be a dead heat, surely, between these 4 cars.
It looks like Ellis has got his nose slightly ahead of
Philpott. There might be a chance for second right at the end. But Philpott wins. Ooms gets 2nd, and it is Ellis 3rd. Only 1.16 seconds covered those 4 cars.
What a finish.
So Sam Harper, he got 5th in the end after getting in early on that lead battle. David Fernandez up from 25th to 6th. Conor Meyer up from 27th to 7th. Fikachi recovering to 8th place. Martin Clapham in 9th. And Lucas Wallace completes your top 10. And that, gentlemen, concludes our stream for tonight.
Chris Stevens, you are an absolute legend on the mic. Every single time you do commentary, you are better and better.
Oh, thank you.
Catman, you're fine. What a fun night. Honestly, every time we all get together to do iRacing, it is increasingly more fun. Tonight with the Renaults, it was a real challenge, and it looked like the single-seater championship Missed Apex was always supposed to have. And we have 6 races of this every other Friday. This is going to be epic.
Plenty to go through and plenty to look forward to as we continue on with the championship. But from me, Chris Stevens, and from my co-commentator, Chris Catman Turner, from Spanners and Trumpets, and our video editor, Steve Amy, it is good night for now, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for round 2 of the Missed Apex Formula Renault 2.0 Challenge.